Welcome back, student. This is the last video of chapter Life Processes. In this, we will learn about the excretory system. Okay. So, what do you mean by excretion? What do you mean by excretion? Excretion is the process where we remove metabolic waste from our body. Where we remove metabolic waste material and the other non-useful substances from our body. We throw out the non-useful substances and metabolic waste from our body. Now, as we are a complex organism, so we have a special structure. We have special structure, advanced structure for the system of excretion. But as we know that plants lack a well-developed excretory system like us, which we have in animals. They do not have special organs. They don't have special organs for excretion, and thus excretion in plant is not so complex. It is very simple in case of plants, but in case of animals, as we are a complex organism, we have a complex excretory system too. Like the way we had circulatory system, respiratory system, excretory nervous system. So similarly, we have a complex excretory system. Now, first we will study about the excretion in unicellular organisms. In unicellular organisms such as amoeba and bacteria, they remove their waste from the body by their from their body surface by the process of diffusion, by the simple process diffusion. Okay. Now the unicellular organisms like amoeba, paramecium, they excrete the excess whatever waste is there through the tiny organelles called contractile vacuoles. Now, excretory system of humans. This excretory system of human includes a pair of kidney. See, a pair of kidney. Now, where kidney is located? It is located on either side of the vertebral column. It is located on either side of the vertebral column. Ureter. This ureter is a duct which carries urine from kidney to the urinary bladder. Ureter carries urine from kidney to the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder, we have one urinary bladder. Urinary bladder stores urine. Urinary bladder stores urine. And urethra. Urethra is a pore or opening from where we expel out urine or we excrete our metabolic waste. Okay, it produces urine as a waste product. Now, kidney. We know that kidney is the main organ for the excretory system. It is the paired kidneys are the main excretory organs of the body. Now, what does kidney do? Kidney excrete the metabolic waste. There are many metabolic waste like urea, uric acid, creatinine, and so on. But the chief nitrogenous waste is urea. The chief nitrogenous waste is urea. They are basically the filtration units of the human body. Now, as the cell is the structural and functional unit of living organism, similarly, nephron is the structural and functional unit of a kidney. Nephron is the structural and functional unit of a kidney. Now, what are the functions of a kidney? Okay, what kidney performs? Kidney helps in filtering waste materials, medications and toxic substances from the blood. It helps in osmoregulation. It maintains the fluid balance of the body. It regulates the ion concentration, that is sodium and potassium. It regulates the pH level of our body. It regulates the extracellular fluid volume. It secretes hormone that produces red blood cell, promotes bone health, and it also regulates blood pressure. Now, nephron. As I told you, nephrons are the structural and functional unit of a kidney. Our kidney has a million of nephrons and it forms the basic structure. Now, I will show you the structure that, see, this is the structure. This glomerular, it is a cup-shaped like structure. See, this cup-shaped like structure is known as a Bowman's capsule. And there is a network of tuft of capillaries. This Bowman's capsule and glomerulus collectively is known as a Malpighian corpuscle or Malpighian capsule. This Bowman's capsule and glomerulus collectively it is known as Malpighian capsule or Malpighian corpuscle. Now you can see this portion, you can see it is U-shaped structure. This is renal tubule. This is renal tubule. Now renal tubule consists of, this portion is known as proximal convoluted tubule. This is referred as loop of Henle, and this portion is distal convoluted tubule, and this is collecting tubule. Collectively it is known as a renal tubule. So let us study. Malpighian body is made up of a cup-like structure called Bowman's capsule, which encloses a bunch of capillaries called glomerulus. Now here only it filters the waste material. Here only it filters the waste material. Now renal tubule, as I told you, that it has region called PCT, loop of Henle, and DCT. This region absorbs useful substances and filter the remaining waste substances, and the output which we get from this nephron is urine. The output which we get from this nephrons is urine. So let me explain you the process of how the urine formation takes place. You can see there are two arteriole, afferent arteriole and afferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole, that means the blood is coming from here. Okay. Afferent arteriole is thicker in diameter than the afferent arteriole. You can see that there is a difference in the diameter. Why there is a difference in the diameter? To create a pressure. To create a pressure. So this process, when the blood is flowing into it in the network of tuft of capillaries, and there is a difference in the diameter, in this process the blood flows under tremendous pressure. As a result, the macromolecules suspend over here, and the micromolecules goes over here. You can see the arrow. This process is known as ultrafiltration or glomerular filtration. Clear? So the hormones, the proteins, the enzymes, all are suspended over here. The filtrate have gone in the region of PCT. In the region of PCT. Now, in the region of PCT, loop of Henle, and DCT, there the selective reabsorption takes place. The second process, selective reabsorption. In this selective reabsorption, the water is absorbed, the glucose are absorbed, the salts are absorbed, so that it maintains the osmoregulation in our body. Okay. So this process is known as selective reabsorption. Then from the walls of the DCT, it secretes toxic substances, the drugs, the drugs which we had. It secretes all the metabolic waste, the K plus ions. Okay, it secretes all the metabolic waste, and as a result, then it is collective. Then the more useful substances like NaCl and H2O is again reabsorbed, and then the whatever the filtrate is passing into the collecting tubule. In this collecting tubule, that is there the urine formation takes place. So these are the process of urine formation. Okay. Now let me tell you, all the region, all the part, whatever have I told you, all part lie in the renal cortex. What do you mean by renal cortex? Any word which is related to kidney. When you will hear the word renal, it is related to kidney. When you will hear the word renal, it is related to kidney. So, Malpighian capsule, PCT, DCT, these all lie in the renal cortex, but loop of Henle lies in the medulla region. Loop of Henle lies in the renal medulla region. Okay. So, what are the mechanism of urine formation? There are three steps: glomerular filtration, or we can say ultrafiltration, reabsorption, and tubular secretion. So, I have already discussed you. Let us read. Glomerular filtration occurs in the glomerulus where blood is filtered. There are three layers of epithelium: Bowman's capsule, endothelium of glomerular blood vessels, and membrane between these two layers. The blood is getting filtered in such a way that all the constituents of the plasma reach the Bowman's capsule except protein. I have told you the macromolecules suspend over there and the filtrate pass on to the renal tubule. Okay, so this process, the means if it is coming under a tremendous pressure, this process is known as an ultrafiltration. Now, selective reabsorption. Around 99% of the filtrate, whatever filtrate which we have obtained, is reabsorbed by the renal tubules. It is reabsorbed by the renal tubule, all the essential molecules like glucose, sodium, NaCl, water. Okay, this is achieved by active and passive transport. Now, secretion. The next step is urine secrete formation is the tubular secretion. Here, tubular cells secretes hydrogen ion, potassium ion, etc. into the filtrate. By this process, the ionic and acid balance is maintained and it maintains the osmotic balance. Okay. Now, the secreted ions combines with the filtrate and form urine. It also secretes drugs and the antigens, the germs. The urine passes out of the nephron tubule into a collecting duct, and in collecting duct, the filtrate which they get, it is the urine. Clear? Next, hemodialysis. When the kidney fails, it results in a lot of complication. When the kidney fails, it is unable to filter the blood. It is unable to excrete the nitrogenous waste. So there is an artificial machine known as dialysis, or we call it dialyzer or artificial kidney. What is the function of this dialysis machine? Dialyzer, that it removes the excess water and salt and balance all the other electrolytes of the body and remove waste product of metabolism. Clear? So blood from the body is removed and flows through a series of tubes, and it is done by the process of osmosis, and the tubes which are made up of semi-permeable membrane. Now dialysate flows on the other side of the membrane, then it draws the impurities through the membrane and the purified blood is again sent back to the patient's body. This is the structure. See, this is the structure. This is fresh dialysate. This is the used dialysate, and this is the fresh dialysate. Saline solution. It is gone through the veins. Okay, the arterial pressure monitor is there. Venous pressure monitor is there. Then the blood is purified in by this way, and there is a one chemical present in there, heparin. Okay, heparin is a chemical which prevents the blood from clotting. Now, excretion in plants. The cellular respiration, photosynthesis, it excretes some of the other products, right? Like carbon dioxide, when the plants respire, they excrete carbon dioxide, excess water, the carbon dioxide, excess water, and the nitrogenous compound also they produce during protein metabolism. Now, there are two gaseous waste products like oxygen. Oxygen is evolved, as we know that oxygen is evolved during photosynthesis and carbon dioxide is released during respiration. So, there is the excretion of gaseous waste in plants both through the stomatal pores on leaf. The stomata exchange the gases. Oxygen released during photosynthesis, that is used by us during the respiration, while carbon dioxide released during respiration is used for photosynthesis. Clear? Now, the excess water which is there, it is excreted in the form of by the process of transpiration. Just now we read what is transpiration. Transpiration is the process in which the excess water is lost in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. And there are also organic byproducts which are generated by the plant and are stored in different forms in different parts. What are the materials, the waste material? You must have seen gums, oils, latex, resins, etc. are some waste products. These are stored in plants like bark, stem and leaf. Then eventually when these plants shed off these parts, okay, when they mature, they shed off this part. When they become dead, they shed off their part. Then there are how the plants, we know that the oils are produced from the plants: orange, eucalyptus, jasmine, latex from the rubber tree, papaya tree, gums. Gums are we get from acacia plants. So sometimes plants also even excrete into the soil. So these are the different forms of excretory product in plants. Clear? So I hope this video is clear to you all. If you have any problem, please kindly let me know. Thanks. Take care. Stay home. Stay at home. Stay safe.